Hey everybody! Thank you very much for joining us on our very first Friday actors interview. Well, it's not really just going to be for actors, but it's definitely going to be interviews to help you guys out and definitely show you guys different parts of the industry with different people that we know. And so let's get started. My name is Alisha Soto Lewis, and this is
Stivers.
And we are going to be teaming up together so that we can interview people for you guys. And if you have any questions, definitely send some emails out. If you have any feedback for us, do the exact same thing. And if you want to see anything, any specific questions for us to ask, specific people to talk to in specific fields, let us know. Okay, you want to get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
So the reason why we chose to do this is because, first off, you guys have no idea who we are.
Nope.
And so if that's the case, why trust us to do any of these interviews? So
Right.
let's start with 3 fun facts. I'm a mom.
3.
There's one of my facts, so don't blame me.
That's cheating. You can't use that.
Yes, I can.
No,
okay, so
that's
I have
not
3 fun
fun.
facts. Okay, so 3 fun facts.
3 fun facts.
You go first? Or...
You go first.
Okay, fantastic.
Since you already cheated once.
Okay, so my first fun fact is I went to Texas Tech, and I am all about it. I am psycho about it. You will see on my Instagram, I love Texas Tech so much with all my heart. I can't even, and I'm going to use that. I can't even. My second fun fact is I love Italian food. That's a fun fact. I love Italian
That
food.
is a fun fact.
I know, it's really fun.
Italian food just makes everything fun.
And one thing that both of us love, I may or may not, love Disney. I love Disney. We love going to Disney. I'm all about Disney. Hashtag Disney. I don't know. What Disney?
Hashtag Disney. Her obsession with Disney is real.
It is real.
It is equal to mine.
So fun facts. Let's
fun
hear
fact
it.
1. Speaking of Disney, I did work at Disney in 2006. It was one of the best times of my life.
And I'm jealous. But that's okay.
Super jelly. I worked at the Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater at the studios. Maybe you saw me. Look through your old photos and find out. I took a lot of pictures. I would love to see some of them. If you went and you find them, send them to me. That'd be awesome.
That would be. See it. Second fun fact.
Second fun fact. My favorite color is green, even though I lied for a good portion of my life saying it was red.
Mine's
It
pink.
tells a lot about me and my personality.
Yeah. 3. We didn't rehearse this, so
Oh.
it really is 3
It's
fun
hard.
facts off the top of your head. 3 fun facts.
There are so many things about me. I am an INFJ personality. That's the rarest personality type.
Fun fact.
Fun fact. There you go.
And there you have it.
There it is.
So, with that being said, let's get
Let's
started.
get started with more questions. Dennis.
I am going to interview you, if that's okay, Miss Stephanie Stivers.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. So, and I have my interviews on my phone because that's how I roll. So,
Because we're about it.
yes.
Technology.
When did you get bit by the arts bug?
I was really little.
Okay.
I was probably about 7. And who I considered my big brother at the time, he was one of my best friends. He was a year older than me. He did a play. I don't remember what it was for necessarily, but he played a bully. And which was like a total 180 of who he was. And it fascinated me, and I was just like, I want to do that. I want to be like him. It's
You
like
believed
the coolest.
it.
I believed it.
Yeah.
He was so talented. And so yeah, that was definitely the beginning, because I auditioned for Cinderella right after that. I didn't get Cinderella. I got Laundry, but that's fine.
Which is still good.
Still fine.
Yeah. You made it.
I owned it. I don't think that we have the video anymore. But there was.
How old were you?
I was like 7.
Okay.
You would think that we'd have, I don't know, a lot of our VHSs are gone because I'm old. So, I was so about being Laundry that I, on purpose, buttoned my shirt all weird, so I looked like wrinkled laundry. And in the video, they were like, maybe she got nervous. And I was like, no, that's legit.
No, yeah.
I was about
It's being your character, yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
I was on top of it back then.
Wow. So now you are an avid writer
I am.
and very good at it.
Thank you.
So why writing?
I same Aaron story, different one, years later.
So Aaron better be watching.
Aaron better be watching. He bought me a book for my birthday, and at the time when he bought it for me, I was really mad because I hated reading. I was in remedial reading because I hated it so much, not because I wasn't good at it.
Things change.
Things change. You never know with kids these days. And I was playing in my room like a year later after he left me because I'm a military brat. So he left me, and I was playing in my room, and the book fell out of like my bookshelf or whatever, and I opened it, and the words were, "You two so don't fit the hero mode." And then Sally jumps off of like some ledge onto a chandelier and saves the boys. And I was just like, who is that? How can I be her? And so that was like, that's when
Sparked it.
then, yeah, it sparked it. And then I wanted to read, and then the series ended and I needed more. So, which is the show that I always wanted to make, was Spooksville, and it got made for me. But yeah, I started writing fan fiction. Like, I wrote scripts of it when I got into high school and stuff.
Cool.
So I wanted to make it.
Very cool. So I know you took a little break from acting for a bit. So what brought you back, since you're so good at writing, because you really are, you do it very well. What made you come back?
I had stopped back in like 2012. I was doing really well. Casting directors were really starting to take notice, and everything was going pretty okay. I hit a bit of a bump in the road, and I got sick. I didn't know what it was at the time, and it happens. I have a brain condition of some sort, and I had to stop because my memory was being all weird, and I couldn't remember things. Like, I couldn't remember half of this conversation already. I couldn't remember stories or anything. So you can't be an actor without being able to remember things.
No.
So I bowed
Improv,
out.
maybe.
Maybe, but then
Maybe.
I couldn't even say yes and.
Yeah.
So I had to opt out, and I left, and I just focused on writing after that for a long time, and started getting better, and now I'm back in.
Now she's back.
Now I'm back.
It's fantastic.
Starting it back up, guys.
So what would you say are your personal artistic goals?
I would love to be a show creator and act in it, even though that's like the most terrifying thing.
That's why
Plus
it's so
directing
great.
it. Like, I also want to, like, I don't know how they do it, and one day maybe I'll figure it out, but I've never understood how people can write, star, and direct themselves. Like, I don't, like, to me that's crazy. And it's terrifying to me, obviously, because I got really, like, stressed out thinking about it. But, yeah, that and producing and stuff like that, like, really, like, taking something and making it into, and having, like, full run of it, that'd be great. And different things. Having, like, a channel or a whole bunch of stuff on Netflix or something. Like,
Yeah.
Like, really being, like,
Cool.
the queen bee one day, you know?
Cool.
That'd be cool.
Well, good. And if you could give one piece of advice, I know there's so many.
There's
So many things you could say. But one thing that you can say to a new actor, barely coming in, totally green, meaning new, what would you say?
I would say,
don't do it. No, I'm just
don't
kidding.
do it. You're going to do it regardless. Like, if it's something that you want, you're definitely going to do it. No matter how long it takes, it's inside of you. I'm going to say that you definitely have to do it correctly. And I say that in a sense that whatever is correct for you. You have to take your time, you have to pace it, you have to have everything right. You can't just jump into it and be like, this is me and this is how, and I'm going to be amazing. You have to
work at it.
You have to do the work. You have to do all the side stuff. It's not just like going to an audition and booking it. And it's not just going in and doing the best role and going, they're going to hire me, and then freak out about it. Like, you have to, like, do the work, do the job, leave it. And so, like, I think being patient is probably the number one thing that I think is really important, is patience. Because it's not about booking one job, it's about booking many jobs and making it a career.
Yeah.
So, it's not, you're not trying to be an A-lister, you need to be able to, like, be a working actor.
I like that. Very good.
Thank you.
Nice stuff.
Thank you. Thank
All
you
right.
very much.
And that's Stephanie.
That's me in a nutshell. You're welcome. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you excited?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm scared.
I'm excited. So,
We'll see.
you just really started your acting career because you're a full-time actor.
Mm-hmm.
So, what has it been your passion the whole time, or is it like something that's pretty recent?
Me working so hard at it is very recent. Yes. What's funny is I'm typically the type of person that puts my all into something. Mm-hmm. So usually if I say I'm going to do something, lucky enough and thank God that I've been pretty successful at what I've done. And I don't know, with acting, I've always wanted to do it. Always wanted to do it. Ever since I was a kid, I used to perform in front of my family and I used to just love it, love it, love it. And because I didn't really have the support, I really kind of shut down and hit it. Like once I hit, I don't know, maybe 12 or 13, I just kind of pushed it down and was like, I'll do this, or I'm interested in this and other things. And I always tried to fill that void with other things that I could do, whether that be dance, which I wasn't going to take seriously, or whether that be cheer, which I totally wasn't going to take seriously, or, me too. Or, just, I don't know, even going into like interior design and into psychology and all these things that I did, I always wanted to fill that void and I never could. And that was okay because acting is a dream and it's something that's never going to happen and, you're never going to make it and all of these things. And so through high school, through college, through everything, I never did it. I was always embarrassed to say that I wanted to do it. And even recently, me being in my 30s, me being a grown woman, me having kids and being married, when I finally said, you know what, screw it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it for myself. I'm going to do it for my family. And I'm really going to put my all in it, just like I put my all in everything else. I quit everything else that I was doing, besides being a mom. Obviously, I have to continue doing that.
Kids.
No, but what I was doing when I was working, I was like, yeah, I have to stop. And I completely did it. And I have a husband that is very supportive. Thank God for that, because
Bless him.
Yeah, without him, I couldn't do this. But that's kind of what I've done. So it's been a year. Actually, I think it was like yesterday was a year.
Aww.
I know. And I just said, you know what? I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do everything that I can to actually do everything that I can. And it's been pretty good. It's been bumpy road, but it's been good.
Well, you're very real. Like, everything's based on a reality with you with the job. But do you have a dream role or job or anything?
I do. I've always wanted to be on a soap. Always. I know. And that's another thing where people are like, oh my gosh, they're terrible actors. And to be honest.
It's hard to be honest, though.
Well, back in the day, yeah, I mean, some of them were a little like, but now that I watch it, sometimes I'm like, wow, all the time. Now that I watch it all the time and DVR it, don't judge me. Judge me. I don't care. Whatever. But now that I watch it all the time, yeah, they're actually really, really good actors on there.
Yeah.
And it's not like you can just go out there and get a job. Like, it's legit. Mm-hmm. And they do a lot of hard work. But that's always been a dream of mine. Although being successful in other things is totally fine too. I'm happy with, commercials and TV and film and all that other stuff. I would love to do that as well. But
you should retire.
That's a little something. I would love it.
You'd be like
I would love being like
woman,
78
and
on a
you
soap.
Killed a bunch of people on the soap.
I would love it.
And it'd be like you just this old lady that's just chilling.
Yeah.
That'd be so awesome.
I always play nice people, but I'm pretty good at playing a bad person.
Yeah. So that would also be part of your inspirations too, right? Just working at it, or do you want to do anything behind the scenes or anything
yes.
like that?
I'm very interested in learning about it. So I do have a lot of friends now that I've been on sets with that I love to ask all these questions and love to learn about what they do, but I never want to do it.
Fair
like
enough.
Editing, super cool, totally into it. Will I do it? No. That kind of stuff. I've asked you questions on things, and I'm interested, really interested. I like to learn how things work.
It's always good to know how things work.
Yeah. Especially
sure.
a camera. That's important to know how that works.
Cameras, how things work. Because, like, if you know how, like, the frame works and how the camera moves and how it captures things, it's going to make you be able to do a better job.
Or like this, a new actor might not know that the frame ends right around here. So if I'm just talking to you, I might be talking to you and then laugh and do this, and I just got out of the screen and nobody knows where I was.
Accurate. Truth.
Little tips.
Moments like that. Be ready for more. Well, I mean, since you are a full-time actor, like, what's the most strenuous part of doing it full-time?
I would say, everything. Everything. Probably the time, I think. It takes a lot of time. Sometimes you have to drive. Sometimes you have to drive an hour for an audition. Sometimes you have to drive 2. Sometimes you have to drive 3 or 4. And everybody's doing it. Or fly to LA. Or figure out in the next 2 hours how you're going to do a self-tape by yourself when nobody's around you and you need to figure it out. Time is hard, especially being a mommy. It's hard because schedules and all that. It's a little hard. But where there's a will, there's a way.
Well, I mean,
don't give up.
True that. Has there been anything that like took you completely off guard in it?
Several things. So I think we've had a talk about this before. Once before. Once upon a time. I would say social media did take me by surprise because I didn't realize how big of a deal that is. Huge deal. Instagram's huge deal. Facebook's huge deal. All that. I mean, huge deal.
Twitter.
Even this is a big deal. So that's very important. And if you don't know about it, you need to. I'm learning and it's like crazy. But another thing too, auditions is something that surprised me. Or something that surprised me. I had this idea of what an audition was, and I didn't realize that sometimes you go into auditions and it's like, what's your name? Alisha Soto Lewis. Okay, turn to your left. Okay, turn to your right. Okay, thanks, bye. And you're like, oh, okay.
Nailed it.
What is that? But
know your left from your right, guys.
Yeah, you have this idea that it's like this crazy, like, oh my gosh, and then you go in there and they're just like, okay, yeah, bye. And you're like, oh, bye. So that's kind of weird.
Sometimes it's literally just how you look.
Yeah, so that's weird, but
well, because I mean, with the social media thing, like you wanted to start this blog and this podcast.
Yes.
Like, what do you want to do with it? Like, what's your main goal for it?
My main goal for this is to help people. I think I put it on my first blog post, whatever. See, so new. I have no idea.
So new, baby.
What is that, entry? I don't know. Whatever, journal entry. I don't know.
It's
the first post. In the first post, I had said that I did this because I had some of my friends, sorority sisters, were like, hey, you need to write this, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. I had said no. It's been a year, and a lot has happened in a year, and I really should have listened to you, Rebecca Daniels. I didn't, and a lot of things happened in a year. Great things and hard things to go through and all that, and I could have blogged about it. I didn't. And now's the time. I think now's the time for me to just do it, show everybody day by day what we do, that it is a grind, but it's not something that's just easy. You just wish on a star. It doesn't happen that way.
And there's a
lot and behind the scenes. But another thing too is I want to help people. At this point, it's less about showing people what I'm doing and more about helping people who were like me or who are like me, or people who are like me now, or even more successful that can help us and give us stories and give us feedback and all of that. I just want it to be an open forum where everybody can just, I don't know, be happy and learn.
Be a community.
Be a community, learn, get inspired, give feedback, and just be yourself. That's what I want.